Hello kids, in our last class we have studied about the profit loss, selling price and cost price, and we have done the exercise based on that. Now we are further moving into this chapter where we have to find out the cost price, selling price, profit or loss depending upon the scenario given. Okay, so we all know that selling price minus cost price gives us gain, or you can say profit. So we denote selling price with SP, cost price with CP, and profit with P, right? So we know that in the case of profit, selling price is greater than the cost price, and the amount of profit we can find out by subtracting the two, by finding the difference between the two. Okay, so this is the first thing which we know. Now in case we know that what is the selling price and what is the profit, if we know that what is the selling price and what is the profit of a thing, can we find out the cost price using this particular formula? Can we? Yes. How? What we can do is we can move this profit to the left hand side and this CP to the right hand side. So it will become something like this: SP minus P is equal to CP. This is general mathematics. We know that whenever we move any number from its position to the other position of the equal sign, that is, if I am moving anything from any number from RHS to LHS or LHS to RHS, then the sign of that particular number would be changed. Same thing has been applied here. If we know the selling price and profit, we can find out the cost price. Similarly, if we know the cost price and profit, can we also find out the selling price using the same formula? Let's see. So what we can do is we can keep selling price as is and profit also here. Now we know the cost price. So we will move the cost price to the right hand side. So it will become plus cost price. Why? Because it was minus in the LHS, and when we are moving to RHS, the sign will change to plus. So using this formula, we can find out the SP, and using this formula, we can find out the CP. But you need not remember all this formula. The only thing which you have to remember is this one: SP minus CP will give us profit, and whatever value is given to us, we can always find out the missing values, right? If we are given with SP and CP, we can find out the profit. If we are given with SP and profit, we can find out the CP like this. And if we are given with CP and profit, we can also find out the selling price, right? So the thing which you have to remember is this one for profit. Now, in the scenarios where loss is given, so how do we find loss? Loss is when the cost price is greater than the selling price. Means we have cost price greater than selling price, so it will be CP minus SP. That is cost price minus selling price. Okay, it will give us L. L is in loss. All right. Same thing we have to remember here also. Supposedly, we have to find out SP and we are given loss and CP. How we can find it out? What we can do is we will keep CP as is. We will move this loss to the LHS. So plus L will become minus L here. And we will move this minus SP to RHS. So it will become SP plus SP. Okay, so we have the value of CP, we have the value of loss, and we can find out SP. Similarly, if we have to find the value of CP and SP and loss is given to us, what we can do is L will remain in the LHS and we will move SP to the right. So minus SP will become plus SP, and we can find out the value of CP. And here again, you just have to remember this thing and you can put the values and find out the other. The one thing which we have to keep in our mind here is whenever we move any number across is equal to sign, then the sign of that number always changes. Minus becomes plus and plus become minus, like how we have done here. Okay, so kids, always remember these two things. Now let us move to the textbook part. Finding cost price or selling price. The same bar models you used in the previous pages can help you to find the cost price or selling price when you know the profit or loss. So, same thing has given to us here, that SP, if we have to find for profit, this is the model for profit and this is the model for loss. So for profit, if SP is given to us and profit is given to us, we can always find this by subtracting these two. Also, if SP and CP is given to us, we can find out the value of profit by subtracting these two. And if these two are given to us, we can always add them to find the SP. Similarly, in the case of loss, here if CP and SP is given to us, we can find out the value of loss. If SP and loss is given, we can combine them to get the value of CP. And if CP and loss is given, we can always find out SP. Same thing is, this is the same thing which we have just done here. Now, let us see how we can find out the cost price. So example is, Rakul from Rajasthan sold a puppet for rupees 315. So sold as in, this is the selling price, 315. See, this is the selling price at a loss of 23, and Rakul faced a loss. L is equal to 23 here. What was the cost of the puppet? So we have to find the cost of the puppet. Since we are talking about loss here, that means we have to use this particular formula, formula number 2. So for this particular example, I am rewriting this formula. CP minus SP is equal to L. Cost price we have to find out, okay, minus selling price is given to us, which is rupees 315, and this is equal to L as in loss, 23. So how we are going to do this? CP is equal to 23 plus 315. So the addition of these two numbers will give us 8, 3 and 3. So 338 rupees. This will be the cost price. The same thing has been done here. Okay. So just remember this formula, put the values and see. So we have one formula for loss and we have one formula for profit also. Next, a shop sells sandalwood carvings from Karnataka. A particular piece was sold at rupees 5,389. So this is sold. That means we are talking about the selling price here. Okay. And for a profit of 281. In this case, we are having profit. So kids, for profit, we are using this particular formula, the first one. So let us put the values and see. The formula is SP minus CP will give us profit, right? So a particular piece was sold at 5,389. So we can write 5,389 in place of selling price. Cost price we have to find out. Profit is rupees 281. Now again, simple mathematics. This is minus CP. We will move it to the RHS. It will become CP, and this particular number we will move to the LHS. So it will become 5,389 minus 281. So what is the value of CP now? It will be 5,389 minus 281, which is 8,015, 5,108 rupees. Okay. So this is 5,108. This is the cost price. So I hope this example is clear. You just have to remember these two things and we can put the values and find out the required values. Now, The second portion is where we have to find out the selling price. So same way we have to find out the selling price. The first example is painting from gold inlay work are famous in Tanjore, Tamil Nadu. A tourist bought a painting at rupees 21,380. A tourist bought as in this is a cost price, and then he sold it at a profit of 1500. So this is the cost price and this is the profit given to us. What we have to do is we have to find out the selling price. Sorry, we have to, yes, what price did he sell? We have to find the selling price. So how we can do this? Again, same method. Since it is the case of profit, we have SP minus CP is equal to profit. Okay, and the selling price which is given to us in this case is selling price we have to find out. I am keeping it as SP. Cost price, because the tourist bought the painting at 21380 and he made a profit of 1500. Okay, so what we will do, SP will be as is, we will do 1500, we will move this minus to RHS, this particular figure, it will become plus. So this is 1500 plus 21380. So let's do this. 21380 plus 1500, it will give us 22880. That is, the selling price will be 22,880. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, in the next example, what we have is a handmade mirror work wall hanging from Gujarat cost Uma rupees 8,350. So this is the cost price. Okay, 8,350 is the cost price. She sold it after a few months for rupees 550 less than what she had paid for it. So she is having a loss of this much money, 550. What price did she sell it for? So since it is the case of loss, what we are going to do? We are going to use the formula CP. I'm just writing example 1 here and example 2 here. Okay. CP minus SP will give us the value of loss, right? And what is given to us? The cost price is 8,350. Selling price we have to find out, and the loss she faced is 550. So what we will do? Move SP to RHS and this 550 to LHS. So it will become 8350 minus 550 equals to SP. Okay. So we will subtract these two to get the answer, and it will be 7,800. Yes, it should be, it is 7,800. If you will subtract these two, you will get 7,800 as the answer, which is the selling price. So these are the basic things. If you remember this, then you can do every question. Okay. So now let us do one thing. Let us start with exercise 2C and try to do the questions. Okay. Okay. So let us do the first question. We are given, we have to complete this particular table. Okay. So I am doing A part and C part of this. A part 1.A. So here the selling price is given. The selling price is 2385, and then the profit is given as 195 rupees, and since it's a profit loss cannot be there, we have to find out the value of cost price. So kids, we are going to use the same formula. It's a case of profit, so SP minus CP will give us the profit. Okay, SP minus CP will give us the profit. SP is 2385. CP we have to find out. Profit is 195. So what will we do next? We will move this CP to right hand side. So it will become plus CP. And we will move this 195 to LHS. It will become minus 195. So 2385 minus 195. Let us solve 2385 minus 195. 0 here, 9 here, 1 and 2. So the cost price of the item here is rupees 2190. Okay, I'm writing here. It will be rupees 2190. For the next one, I am giving you the hint. We know the selling price and there is no profit. So we have to use the loss formula and then we have to find the cost price. So which formula we are going to use in B part? I'm just writing the formula you have to use. The formula is CP minus SP will give us the value of loss. In the given question, we have the selling price, we have the amount of loss, we have to find out the value of CP. Okay, we have to find out the value of CP. Now, coming to the C part here. In the C part, let's do this. We have selling price as 8630, that is 8630. Okay, there is no profit and loss is given as rupees 1020. Okay, I'm just writing the units 120 and we have to find the cost price. Same formula we are going to use because this is the case of loss. CP minus SP is equal to loss. CP we have to find out, so we are going to keep it here only. Minus SP is 8630 and loss is 1020. Okay, so how we have to calculate it? Now it will be 1020 and we have to move 8630 to the RHS. So it will become plus 8630. Okay, so let us add this. What we will get? We will get 0, 3 plus 2, 5, 6 plus 0, 6, 8 plus 1, 9. So the cost price is 9650. Okay, I'm just writing here. The cost price is 9100 and 9650. Sorry. So it is 9650. So we have done the first question. We have the similar question in the second table also. In the first one, we had to find out the cost price. In the second table, we have to find out the selling price. Okay. So in the second question, I'm going to pick part B and D. And rest part, kids, you have to practice on your own. Now you know the thing. Okay. So I'm just moving it down and let's start. Answer number 2, and what we have here is we have the cost price, we have the profit, and we have to find out the selling price. Okay, so the cost price is given to us as rupees 3586. Profit is given to us as rupees 369 and we have to find the loss. Sorry, we have to find the selling price. Profit is already given, we have to find the selling price. So which formula we are going to use for profit? SP minus CP is equal to profit. Okay, SP we have to find out. CP we are given 3586 is equal to 369. What we are going to do? We are going to move this to right side. It will become plus. It will be 369 plus 3586. So kids, whenever you're doing this question in school, in exams, you have to write down all the steps. First, you have to write down what all values are given to you. Second, you have to write down the formula you have to use, and then you have to put those values in that formula and find out the remaining thing, which you have to find out as a part of question. Okay, so now when we add these two, it will be, I'm just writing it here for your ease, 9586369. This is 15, 14, and then again 15, 9 and 3. So the selling price of the item will be rupees 3955, 3955. I'm just writing here rupees 3955. Now again the last question, it is again going to use the same formula. So what I'm doing is I'm picking another question, okay, because it's going to use the exactly same formula. I am going to pick the C part here. Okay, so let me write down the things in the C part. C part. So what is given to us? We are provided with the cost price, which is rupees 9,980. Then we don't have any profit here. We have a loss value of rupees 351. And what we have to find out? We have to find out the selling price. So kids, since it is a case of loss, the formula we are going to use is CP minus SP is equal to loss. Put the values, 9980 minus SP is equal to 351. What we are going to do next? Move 351 to left hand side. So it will become minus 351 because the sign will change, and move this minus SP to RHS. So RHS is right hand side of the is equal sign, and we will get the value. So now if we are going to subtract 9980 minus 351, it will be 9, 2, 6 and 9. So the selling price will be 9,629. Okay, so this is done. 9,629. So kids, this brings us to the end of this particular question, and in the next class we are going to do the remaining question of the exercise. So do practice these questions at home, and I will see you in the next class.